Okay, so both fee waiver and to place a hold, initially you would do it the exact same way. So you would reserve the location.
Mm-hmm.
You would select the event type. Select, leave it as billable.
Okay.
Here you would select collect nothing now, because you're not going to collect any money at this moment.
Okay.
Down here, the default is the date of the event. If you need an earlier time, then you would adjust the date here. You can leave that immediately in one payment. That's fine.
Okay.
Those are all the questions. And from here, you select finish, because you're not going to pay any amount since you selected collect nothing now.
Okay.
So I want to show you, if you select finish, though, by accident, if you select pay, I'm sorry, by accident, it's going to give this error message. Basically, going to take you back to the front desk. If you get this by chance, it's just selecting remove. And then you can just select finish.
Okay. So that is, let's call this one, this reservation. Companies calling up, wanting to have an event. We've got to go through the contract process. We're just holding it in the system so it doesn't get taken, but they're going to actually pay for it.
Correct.
So now let's go in. Let's fast forward the tape. It's 2 weeks later. Checks come in. We need to pay.
Correct. So you would go into the actual reservation or the customer's name, either way.
Okay.
And then you would go to make a payment. And see, the reservation you would also create it under the customer's name. So now it's on their account. So if I run in the accounts receivable report, it would show up under their name.
Sure.
And then when we receive the payment, it would also be applied to their name.
Is it possible for you to produce an invoice out of this? I know Lonnie showed me there's a way out of POS, I thought, to produce an invoice, because sometimes I have to send them an invoice to say, hey, this is what you owe us, because they got to get a check cut from their company or something like that.
Yes.
Can you show me how to do that?
You can do it two ways. You can actually send them the receipt that was generated.
Mm-hmm.
If you click printable, you can send them an email.
Gotcha.
You can also print this to like a PDF.
Hang on a second. This is great. Yeah, great. Where? Trash cans in the middle of the parking lot? They're our trash cans? Shit. Okay. This is on the soccer side.
Okay. So usually, if you can also print to like a PDF. I didn't see you have PDF, but if you're using like one of the other laptops, and then send them a copy of the PDF of it. And this does serve as an invoice, because if you look at it, it does specify like the reservation itself, and it specifies the due date and the amount that's due.
Gotcha. Good.
There's an alternative though, and if you go to reports, then go to financial reports and AR statement. It will pull all the, leave the transaction site as is, and then you can leave the date there. And you see it has like, if they're past due, it'll notify them that they're past due. So it has the amount due, and everything is itemized.
Okay.
So either one works, and this one has also like a little cutoff portion that they can send in.
Cool.
So you can do this one two ways. When I select the North Park region, it pretty much gives you everything. As you can see, it's 18 pages.
Right.
So you can only, if you want, you can just print the pages necessary. Or the alternative would be for you to actually select the customer's name over here, or organization if that's the case.
Yeah, that's good.
So that narrows the pages.
All right, so that's holding it for payment, but let's do the one where we would do a complete fee waiver. What do we do now?
Well, that's exactly the same way. So you would still get to this point. You would still reserve the facility, collect nothing now, select finish, and it would generate the actual permit.
Okay.
So you would go back into the permit. So this is the permit. If you want to make a payment, because it's one of those that they're going to pay later, then just make a payment from here. If it's a fee waiver, then go to review modified charges.
Okay.
Over here, you would add a charge for the fee waiver. Under charge description, scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's one that says fee waiver 100%.
Okay.
Then here's very important. If you have different event names, you're going to have to select the fee waiver for each event name. In this case, and that normally happens if you're booking two separate locations, then you would have two separate event names. In your case, you only have one here, so just make sure that if you have several, otherwise you're going to see that one is waived but not the other one, and that's the reason why. Then go ahead and select the GL that it pertains to. I'm just going to select something for right now, and that's it. You don't need to select anything else other than just submit. Then you see right here, the system itself generates the 100%, and it takes out all the balance due.
Gotcha. Then, so I guess the original reservation in the notes is where we should write the notes about what this event is for.
Yes.
This is a contract waived by the director, so on and so forth. So you put that up front still.
Yes.
Okay.
And then apply charge modification.
Gotcha.
From here, it's basically discounting all the amounts, and then submit. And it takes you back to the permit. Now, if you look at the fees and charges, 0. And then if you forgot to add any notes initially, then over here you can still add notes. Change the notes.
Okay.
And you can add a note here or a staff note here.
Great.
To add any additional information that you want it.
Very nice. That is helpful. Okay, so I can get an A+ on my next audit.
Yes, sir.
Or what it's not called an audit, it's called a risk assessment.